So now we are going to learn about the wedge. Wedge is one of the type of the simple machine. It is made by inclined plane joined back to back. Basically, the wedge is made by two inclined plane joined back to back. It has a tapering edge. Its edge is very tapering. What is the difference between the inclined plane and the wedge? So the inclined plane is stationary. It is fixed to one place. We can't move the inclined plane from one place to another place. But the wedges can move from one place to another. One example of the wedge is this hammer. This hammer contains this wedge because it is made up of the two inclined surface. This is one inclined surface and this is another inclined surface. This edge is not very sharp, but basically the edges are very sharp. One example is the wood cutter. You can see here the wood cutter. Wood cutter is basically joined by the two plane surface. This is the first one, two inclined plane surface. That is, this is the first one and this is the second one, and they join together to form a sharp edge. So that basically the wedges are used to help the cutting or the splitting the things. For cutting and the splitting the things, these wedges are used. The common examples in our day to day is the knife. Knife मतलब चाकू, जो हम डे टू डे यूज में यूज करते हैं फॉर कटिंग द वेजिटेबल्स, फॉर कटिंग द फ्रूट्स एक्सेट्रा. Second one is needle. If you see the needle, you can see this type of a structure. So basically it is made up of two inclined plane which are joined together to form a sharp edge or the pointing edge. Second is the blades. If you see the blades, it is again the example of the two inclined surface to form a wedge. Second, push pin. This is the example of the push pin. If you see this pin, you can see here the two inclined planes are joined together to form a tapering edge or the pointed edge. So these are the example of the certain wedges. In our human body, there are certain example of the wedges. The first example is of teeth. If you touch your teeth with your tongue, you can able to feel that this type of a curve you can see from front and the back side. You can feel here the curved surface. So this is the example of the wedge. Second one is the nail. If you observe your nail, it is again the example of the wedge which is used for the cutting and the splitting purpose. So wedges are very important for the cutting and the splitting a certain hard object. For example, wood cutter. Wood cutter is basically used to cut down the woods or the trunk of the trees. So these are the basically structure and the examples of the wedges.